Hi friends, have you seen this book? It's called I Am Jazz. Chances are, if you haven't seen it, your children or grandchildren most likely have, because this book is widely available in libraries and schools throughout Australia. You might have heard of Jazz Jennings. There was a reality TV program for several years that came out of America called I Am Jazz. Well, that's what this book, I Am Jazz, is based on. I Am Jazz is the story of Jazz Jennings. He started life as a boy and became known as a girl, Jazz Jennings. Here in the beginning of the book that's being read to some of your children and grandchildren and widely promoted in libraries and on children's book lists, it says from the time she was 2 years old, Jazz knew that she had a girl's brain in a boy's body. I wonder, how would you actually know that? How do we know what that feels like? Unless you're a girl, how do you know what it feels like to be a girl? And unless you're a boy, how do you know what it is to feel like a boy? It says she loved pink. And dressing up as a mermaid. Right? Does that automatically make a girl a girl? I know lots of girls, even my daughters, that didn't like pink and didn't dress up as a mermaid. Are they no longer girls? And it says that Jazz didn't feel like herself in boys' clothing. This confused her family until they took her to a doctor and diagnosed Jazz as transgender and explained that she was born this way. That sounds really irresponsible to me. That sounds like Jazz didn't fit the stereotypes of what it is to be a boy, and instead of Jazz's family encouraging him to embrace who he is, even some stereotypical feminine traits, a doctor said that he's trans instead. I mean, the book that is aimed at children says it just reinforces the stereotype. For as long as I can remember, my favourite colour has been pink. So what? Doesn't make you a girl. My second favourite colour is silver, and my third favourite colour is green. Right? Here are some of my other favourite things: dancing, singing, backflips, drawing, soccer, swimming, makeup, and pretending I'm a pop star. Yeah, that's what kids do. Boys and girls do those things. It goes on about mermaids, it goes on about drawing, and then it goes on about having a girl's brain in a boy's body. This is being read to our children, our vulnerable young children who would have no idea of the medicalised concept that needs to go on to change or appear to change your sex, because we know, right, that nobody on earth has ever changed their sex. It's impossible. It's written on every cell in your body. It is in your reproductive system, in your genitalia, it's in your chromosomes, it's in your hormone production. And this book is encouraging children who may not fit a stereotype, perhaps they're transgender. I think it's irresponsible. I think it's cruel. At the end, Jazz makes the declaration, I don't mind being different. Different is special. I think what matters most is what a person is like inside. And inside I'm happy, I'm having fun, and I'm proud. I am Jazz. I wish so much that somebody had really taken Jazz aside and said it's okay. That's right. Who you are inside matters, Jazz. You are a boy. You will always be a boy, regardless of the amount of drugs or promises that activist adults make to you in your life. I wish that somebody had taken Jazz aside and said, Jazz, you can grow your hair long. You can wear dresses if you want to. It's okay to have pink as your favourite colour. But you don't need to take drugs and become dependent daily on those drugs to appear as a girl. We now know that Jazz has grown up. He's in his early 20s, I believe. I saw a documentary recently, and Jazz tried to get his penis reconstructed into a vagina. But because Jazz had been on puberty blockers for such a long time, his penis didn't grow. So they didn't have the amount of tissue that they required to turn his penis into a vagina. He's had lots of infections, he's suffered depression, he's put on a lot of weight. I don't think that anymore, or every day at least, he's standing there and saying, I'm happy, I'm having fun, I'm proud, and I am Jazz. It's not fair to make children believe that these books have a happy ending, because they don't. A boy cannot become a girl. A girl cannot become a boy. They can dress up, they can pretend, they can imitate, they can appropriate, but they cannot become the opposite sex. That is impossible. And to put children on a pathway of daily drugs, possible surgery, no sexual function because their genitalia hasn't developed, infertility because their reproductive system has been paused or stopped or interrupted, where their bone density could be affected, where their brain development can be affected. That's not affirmation, that's cruelty.